This is the flea market at Brownsville. There's 2 rows of sheds that's probably at least a half-mile long. This is the Lil Pine. They go out, I don't know how they get out there. They paddle their way out there and then they ride in. This is Boca Chica beach here. It's about 22 miles north and east of Brownsville. It's out on the peninsula. Guy here is going to do a little surfboarding this afternoon. He acts though he's kind of afraid to go out. Cloudy and hazy today. It's been raining real fine mist all morning. I always thought you usually get on this thing and paddle your way out. Got a wetsuit on. Just don't want to get out there. These guys got out here in the sand and got stuck. There's enough people there, enough guys there, they could pick the thing up and carry it out of there. Now here's the second guy, he's looking out there, he's going to try it too. See what happens here. Here's the other fellow here, he's still trying to get out. Well, he's paddling out there, he's going to make it out, he's going out and lose. Right, every once in a while they pop up. Still going out. There he is. There's one right there. He's gone. Got my feet wet. Wave come up the hips, got my feet wet. Catch sight of one of them every once in a while. These guys are always getting stuck over in this sand. Boa Chica Bay. Hey. This is the clubhouse at River Bend.
Elaborate.
River?
It's not so far away.
Well, hell. This is what it says, welcome. This is some of the rental units here. This is Rockport. This is a lake in between the two camping areas. Okay, narrator.
The trees to the left we think are live oak.
Where are we at?
We're at Goose Island State Park near Rockport, Texas. We're on our way to look for some of the migrating birds. We might drive over there and see what it's
The
all
big tree, where it,
to our left.
the big tree in. This is at the Goose Island State Park, the big tree. These are live oaks. See? And this is the big tree. That's on.
We're at the National Wildlife Refuge at Rances, Texas, and these are snow birds.
Snow geese.
Snow
birds.
geese.
They're snow geese.
Snow geese. There's some in flight, and that all those white spots you see on the ground are snow geese.
Aransas National Wildlife Refuge, just now entering.
It's funny how the growth of the live oak tree is so
The information center for the refuge.
Symbols of Texas, and they were wanting some pictures or something to do with the Yes. Yeah, I would like to have that one in it. Yes.
I haven't been yet. I've been doing. He has the yellow bill.
So this is a male and female cardinal.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess so.
Yeah, but the Pyrrhexia looks a lot like this.
Yeah, sure does.
Now we are going on a little hike through the trails, the Heron Flats trails at the Arnett Aransas Wildlife Refuge. Okay, we're going to begin our little journey. The trail goes this way. It's hard to tell what we'll get into, but we'll head this way.
Something I've never seen before.
Oh, there's some kind of wildlife. I try to bring them in here closer. Well, it is kind of hard to. There it is. A duck. These are the, look like mud hens. Yeah, this is where the
Alligators are, but we don't see any alligators.
we're looking for alligators, and here it is, right up here on the bank. You'll see it, a big one. Sunning himself out in the sun.
How lucky can you? So, Joe, this.
Come on, Mother Nature, let's go this way.
Well,
we
I'm
got,
still looking at the alligator.
we've seen an alligator,
Alligator
Mother Nature.
There's another bird to our right. It's real
Where?
strange. Somebody
Oh,
from the
that's a-
crane family.
That is one of those crane family, yes.
Did you see the big family tree of cranes in the information?
Where is he? There he is. They're hard to see. Yeah, there's more mud hens. I call them mud hens. See more alligators. They're playing.
No, but that sounded like a big something.
They're having fun. Today, wait here. Today it was started out. It was a.
Oh, there's another big alligator.
Here we got another alligator.
Yeah,
Okay, today started out to be a rainy day, but it ended up, it's getting to be sunshiny now.
That's what I heard a while ago. He was getting out of the water.
Okay, is that the other alligator?
Well, that's one.
Oh, there he is.
See, they come up here and lay. That's why this is all big game.
How come they don't come over here and visit us?
Yeah. They know people are going to be on this side more.
Well, what a big alligator. Okay,
All right.
Mother Nature.
Well, I like those alligators.
Okay, Mother Nature. You get tangled.
Alligators laying over there. There's one real large one laying on the north side of that other pool down there. Kids would get really excited with it.
As long as they're friendly alligators. He looks like he's trying to get out, but he's just sunning himself.
I guess.
He's a little one.
Yep. They just lay like you'd think they were dead, you know?
Yeah, they're live.
There's 5 of them.
I like to see them stir a little bit, move. There.
Like they threw a rock.
This is a yucca, huh?
Yucca.
Yucca. Okay. Pretty
Ready
thing.
to break into bloom. Did she?
No, I didn't see any folders, but there must be some kind of, is that another yucca plant, or I guess they call these little bayous here. What do they call these, bayous? Yeah, they're, I think they're pelicans. They look like it's from here. That is a yucca, two blossom, full of bloom. Walking down nature's trail, huh?
You think you see some little birds?
Yeah, that's what I can't figure out. You don't see any little birds. They were just, this is looking out over the refuge from the lookout. Little tower here beside the trails. Haven't been able to see too many birds.
Guess we'll have to take the boat ride.
This is a bridge across the refuge. There's like a little waterway through here, what is it? But it's swampy. It has water standing in it. It's just like a swamp. We're getting near the end of the trail, the nature walk. This looks like moss on the There goes Mother Nature.
Four of them there.
4 deer, look at them.
4 deer. Real slow, you get them. 4 deer. Yep.
There's our little friend. Pull up a little bit, pull up. A wild boar. More deer. How many? You see one?
Just the one.
Just the one?
I was trying to get squared, but it's
Well, it's hard. Where is he? I've lost him.
see, it's kind of, see his tail wiggling? It's kind of
Hard to see.
undercover again, yeah. That will make
We're approaching the lookout bay. Out over the ocean.
lookout post to look out over the ocean.
Look out over the ocean, yeah. See people down there, at least. Huh? What is that, whooping grains? There's 3 whooping grains out there somewhere, but we just can't spot them. Right out there, it looks like geese, and I've got it as close as I can get it. They look like geese.
Okay, get
That's a heron, I think. This is the walkway out to the beach, so you can take.
okay.
This is the one-way road that makes
Hey,
a
look
loop.
at the pretty little bird.
Where?
It was a little yellow bird.
Well, there's probably a lot about here. This is a one-way road that goes through the wildlife refuge, which has several species of animals.
300 species of birds and mammals.
300 species of birds and animals, okay. Kind of a crooked road, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What's that on flags? What's that mean?
I don't know.
Starting gate, go.
I guess.
This is what they call the cordgrass terrain. Whatever cordgrass is, you know what it is?
Yep.
This is pretty right here. See the trees?
The sun just comes out and it's under cover again.
Here is, I think, a raccoon up in a tree along the way. Looks like he's feeding, he's eating his lunch. Fella, what are you doing, fella, huh? How's my fella? You're a sweet looking thing. Huh. You're a friendly little thing. Yeah, you're a friendly little thing. Hello, little friend. How are you, little friend? Huh? You're eating your berries, aren't you? You like those berries? Oh, I bet those berries are good. Yeah. I bet those berries are good, aren't they, huh? Hey, aren't those good berries? Are you having your lunch? Hello, fella. Hi. I'm gonna not bother you any longer. I'll let you have your lunch, okay? He's going down now. 2-mile long bridge.
See down there the walkway where they're fishing trying to go there.
Yeah. This is a new bridge, suspension bridge, across the bay, right at between Baytown and LaPorte.
Under construction.
It's under construction. It's the only suspension bridge in this area. Here's a sales office. And their pavilion. This is looking out from the Bay Harbor RV Resort. There's a bridge that they're building across the bay. And this is their fishing dock and club. This is their boat launch at the RV Resort Club. Now we're going to take a little walk down on the pier here, the fishing pier at the club. Here's a walkway up to the club. And again, we're walking down on the pier, fishing pier. There's the end of the fishing pier. Now there's a bridge. There's a bridge they're building over LaPorte. It's going to take the place of the tunnel. That's it there. This is a shot of the club's different buildings. This is their clubhouse. Goes back. And then you see back there, you'll see the trailers cleaning station. They clean their fish on this pier. This is their little gazebo out here on the that they have their little parties, picnics in. It's all glassed in, overlooking the ocean. This is on the walkway around the clubhouse. This clubhouse seems to be boarded up, locked up. For some reason, they don't use it anymore. Says welcome to Bay Oaks Playground, Campgrounds. The street we're on right here, we're down to the very end. Here's my pickup. Here's a picture of our spot right here. We're in St. Martinville, which is southeast of Lafayette. This is the town where minute you're getting the road.
Oh, okay. This church is 230 years old. It's still.
Go ahead and narrate it. You're on. We're entering the front of the church. This is in the vestibule of the church.
All the stained glass windows and statuary are the original. Look at these beautiful stations, Joe. And the chandeliers. Take a picture of that. See that? The light fixtures.
Stations of the Cross.
Look at these statues up here, Joe. That's something.
Open the door.
Pews, some plates. Beautiful. Still a community. Statuary is just beautiful. The statue of the Sacred Heart above that altar is just lovely.
The doors have bolt lock latches on them. This is the front door of the church. This is in the courtyard between the church and I guess it's the rectory, I'm not sure. It's not, now start over.
This is the Prestry, that's the priest's home, and it was built in 1856. The flags represent the 5 governments under which this church parish was subject. Left to right are on the face of the house are France from 1756
1762. Then it was Spain, 1762 to 1800. Then the first French Republic, Napoleon, 1800 to 1803. The United States, Louisiana Purchase, 1803 to 1861. And then the Confederacy, Stars and Bars of 1861 to 1865. So you ought to be taking the flags while I was talking, because that's what it's all about. Isn't that beautiful?
That's a beautiful. What are those?
Isn't that beautiful?
The church again. St. Martin. Trees are sure big and beautiful here. This is a
So peaceful and quiet this morning, isn't it? Beautiful morning. So are you
I work at the Mission Office. How much was I in there?
This is a restaurant. I wonder what this is right here.
Well, let's see. They were used to clean the debris out of the mosque before it went into mattresses or was made into collars and harnesses. So
Oh.
here it is. And they use that to stuff mattresses.
Oh.
It's moss from the trees, too. I mean, that piece of machinery or whatever.
Hmm? Read it.
This cane shaver is made of cypress and forged iron, and after the cane was harvested, mules dragged the shaver through the fields to cut the cane stubble.
This is the office for the
children born of European immigrants, and also those born from the Africans that came to settle.
Okay.
This is the plantation house. It was built in 1815.
And what are these little cupolas? What do you call them?
Go the tour, whatever y'all like.
Okay.
I usually do a tour every hour on the hour, but we're not that busy, so I'll do and I'll go through it with y'all. Built in 1815 by the Oliviers. 3 generations of the Oliviers were occupied here. First generation having 8, second having 9 kids total. Third generation was a family of 16.
Goodness.
However, some of the natural preservation, such as the painting and the windows and the doors, was added by the state of Louisiana for preservation. The ground was actually this brick floor. The brick floor was added. The ground was the mud. Keep in mind that this is called a raised Creole cottage because of the design. There's no bedrooms downstairs. Also because of the design of the 2 different type of wall. Upstairs you have insulation, and downstairs is handmade brick, 14 inches thick. We estimated that the Oliviers did have 40 or 50 slaves, or what we call indentured servants. Throughout the tour, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. These are the original beams, hand-hewn.
Is that right?
From the 1815.
So that's about 100 and
80 years ago.
Yes, ma'am. 1840.
Well, I recognize that from some of the pictures, you know, that kind of attire.
And I am considered a Creole, a poor Creole worker. That's what dressed like. Even though the Creoles were white European with money, then they became people of color. So today I am dressed as a poor Creole worker. The only thing about it is, honestly, the good part is when I come to work, I don't have to change character because that's what I am.
Is that right?
Yes.
You're a Creole?
Yes, I'm a poor Creole.
So is your family then from African descent?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, we read up there that some of the Creoles were African descent, some were from European
Right.
countries. And
The first
that was
Creole to
interesting.
come here is European, white European, but the white European came with money.
I see.
This is what the Oliviers was.
I
So
see.
when they kicked the Acadians out of Nova Scotia, which is now called Cajun, they didn't have anything. They were mostly slaves and everything.
I see.
Now this from here we interpret as being the woman's work. The initial responsibility of the woman would be to oversee the sugar, the slaves, so the production could keep going for the sugar cane harvesting. Make sure they had milk and everything they need for their husband to keep them healthy and productive. However, we found out that these ladies had to learn management because 4 of the largest plantations in our area, once the ladies became widow, profit actually went up 50% with the ladies running the farms.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am, and that's because they had the loyalty of the slaves. The slaves will feel like when the husband died, it's their responsibility to get the crops out from Miss Daisy because she was nicer to him than the owners were.
250 years. Huh?
And it was interesting to us that they took this moss and,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
used it to stuff mats. Look at that. Look at the.
Oh, that's
So somebody had to stand and do that to keep them cool?
Not somebody, the servants or the slaves.
They did?
Yes, ma'am.
huh.
Isn't that
Keeping
something?
in mind that the furniture are
Shoe
a
fly.
reproduction.
But
They
that-
might have just had an old cypress table in here.
But they call that a shoe fly,
Shoe fly.
and it was manned by a servant or a slave.
Uh-huh.
Keep the flies away, keep them cool. Isn't that something?
And in the back is a canister. That is how we actually bring the food in from the outdoors.
That's interesting. Oh, it's
Actually, the manager or overseer would run the farm for the Oliviers while they was away. When they at their home in New Orleans after harvesting season, he would run the production of the farm. He the one had the close contact with the slaves or the indentured servant. Now, we changes this room around from time to time. This time of the year, the teachers are coming through, and the teacher cities, they actually go and a lot of people know, they search, the blacks especially. But here, these people is what you have called, you can't call them ignorant because they don't have interest, just no knowledge. Alex Haley in Roots, he opened up Roots showing where the white people went to Africa and threw nets on them and drag them back to this country. And actually, that's
This is a big live oak next to the cathedral in Lafayette. This is what, St. John's?
yeah, St. John's.
St. John's Cathedral. But this is the live oak next to the church. Big. How big a diameter is it? Just southeast of Lafayette, Louisiana. The 8th of this month of March, they're supposed to have a Democratic convention or state convention here at the Lodge, and U.S. Senator Richard Gephardt is going to be the main speaker. This is the entrance. This is where we turn. The park here has an honor system. You just drive in and find you a spot and park, and you check, when you check out, when you go leave, you pay. There must be a rental unit. This is the outside pavilion and the clubhouse, or the convention center. This is St. John's Cathedral in Lafayette that we visited yesterday, but we came back today to take pictures. We didn't have a camera. Beautiful cathedral.
To the right of the church is one of the charter members of the Live Oak Society, and is now the vice president, or one of the oldest members. The society was started in 1934 to recognize some of the oldest and most beautiful oak trees in Louisiana. The cathedral oak is said to be the largest one in the United States and is estimated to be over 400 years old. The diameter of the trunk is 8.5 feet with a circumference of 26.7 feet. It stands approximately 125 feet high with a spread of 145 feet. The weight of the large horizontal limb near the church has been computed by engineering consultants at 72 tons. It's being supported by steel poles. Okay?
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I did. Shut it off.
Well, I'm getting a...
Want to bring to their attention how the limbs become so great.
The limbs are so heavy they touch the ground over here.
Ground. Now, see what she means by picking it up.
This gives you a good view where it shows you how huge the tree is.
Many of the branches are the size of the trunks of ordinary trees, or greater in size.
This is one of the biggest live oak trees that I've ever seen. It's 450 years old. We are entering the cemetery, which is just to the back of the church.
The Cathedral Cemetery has tombs which date back to the beginning of the church parish in 1820, and for many years it was the only Catholic cemetery in Lafayette. There are tombs of veterans of many wars from the Revolution to the present. Many of them marked with military-issue tombstones. The above-ground vaults are a tradition in Louisiana, which has high water table. Watertight vaults must be constructed for normal ground burial. The tomb of Jean Moulton, who gave the property for the church, is located in the first line of tombs at the back of the cathedral. Application is pending to place the cemetery on a National Historic Register.
looks nice.
Knights of Columbus.
We'll have to-
This is, go ahead and say it.
The tomb of Gene Moulton, who gave the property for the church, is located in this tomb here, directly behind the cathedral.
Pretty inside. Can't hardly see into it. There's an angel on the wall and brass.
Some of these tombs are made out of brick. Quite a number of these are brick coffins. Most of them are made out of marble of some type. Here's the altar. This is kind of a simple mausoleum.
Mausoleum?
Mausoleum. It's kind of simple. Beautiful. Catholic bookstore, isn't it? Yeah. Cathedral. Well, that's the parish office. This is the parish office.
They have religious articles as well.
Yeah. This is no doubt the rectory for the parish. This is the Live Oaks Gardens, which is southwest of New Iberia, about 15, 16 miles.
This is a large oak tree.
And these are what?
Those are tulips, aren't they?
Tulips. They're big, aren't they?
Yeah, they are big.
And this time of year, I guess down here they come and bloom.
What's this light to go off? Is it off, Jeff?
I don't know.
Or can you see it from here? I don't think it's on there.
What do they call this? Jefferson?
Jefferson Island.
Jefferson Island. This is Jefferson Island. This lake was formed by a drilling rig drilling oil, and it started a sinkhole and turned into a big lake. That is, you say it again.
These are camellias, and they are in many, many colors.
These are all camellias here. There's more of them there.
The last time I saw camellias in bloom was when we went to Pat's.
This is the Japanese, this must be the Japanese garden.
Uh-huh. No, that isn't the wild holly.
That's not the wild holly, what is it?
No, it's,
I'm not sure what it is. Well, it tells here.
it's a plant. It's the Nandina, which is commonly seen in China and Japan.
Oh. And this is some kind of a bamboo and beautiful magnolia trees. What is this building here? And these are tulips over here, white tulips.
Mm-hmm.
Ducks, huh?
Both fields, you know, they have to keep moving.
Some kind of a holly and a...
These are pretty. I think it's more of that Japanese Chinese.
Wonder what kind of grass that is, or I mean cane. Some kind of a cane. Beautiful, beautiful white tulips.
They're pretty. They're big.
These are all live oaks, aren't they?
Uh-huh. This is an unusual
It's a what?
right here. Maybe there'd be a name on it, but look how different.
Those are camellias, huh?
Just all different colors. Yeah, they've all bloomed. I bet that was pretty.
I bet it was when they was blooming.
With the all yellow. Okay.
This is the Jefferson home. This is a live oak tree that's supposed to be 550 years old.
But he was the third wealthiest actor of his day back in the 1800s, and he did gross $100,000 a year back then. Now, the role that he made famous, Rip Van Winkle, he portrayed Rip over a span of 40 years. He actually performed this character 4,500 times. Now, Washington Irving wrote the story, Jefferson made the character famous. And I compared Joe Jefferson to Bob Hope, Red Skelton, Robin Williams, Tim Allen. He was the actor-comedian, what they called a low comedian back then. Now, Jefferson pretty much was like actors today. He was multi-talented. He helped design this winter home. He was also the painter of landscape scenery. He is considered an artist, and he wrote his autobiography, so he was an author. Now, with his acting, he traveled, not just here in the States, but abroad. He went to France, England, Australia, New Zealand, and this is reflected in the home. He blended French, English, and Moorish styles of architecture. The rough moldings you can see throughout most of the home, Moorish or Spanish. And he did use cypress to construct the home. Cypress was most abundant here in Louisiana back in the 1800s. Le Grand Chasse, meaning the great hunt. And hunting is what attracted Jefferson to this part of Louisiana, so this is why we have the hunting scene. And the wall cover was printed in France. This is not a typical Louisiana landscape. Italian tune still has a good sound to it and glass tops. You can see the workings, but they put walls to this, so we call it the stereo of 1800s. And the pretty lady up here, this is
back outside. She's hot in here.
Jefferson's autobiography, which he did right here in the island, and Jefferson's autobiography is still available through the libraries. He really is a very interesting individual to read about. And as we move through the home, we'll be seeing lots of linens. The majority of these were handmade. This piece is called drawn work. It started out as a solid piece of fabric. The ladies would draw thread for thread, tying, cut, repeatedly to form a design. This is called a pilot's desk and used for the captain of the ship. It's the perfect height for the captain to stand, plot his massive his charts, but strictly ornamental. And this is late 1800s from China. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to move this. Mosquito netting and tuck it completely around the bed. But the only purpose the netting served was to get them a good night's rest. And the beautiful dress, this was donated to us by a lady here in town. We really don't know how old it is, but a lot of work involved in it. And this is probably what they call a garden or tea dress. But everything back in Victorian times, white and white. Now the room off in the bedroom is called the boudoir.
They have their initials before it.
Yes.
Now, the bed here in the guest bedroom is for all the beds of certain people. With the initials on the little special name.
That is the big one? There's the big one?
No, I don't think I've seen the family.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, we lost it.
No.
Yeah. Later on in the year.
Of architecture that he used. The road molding is Moorish, the diamond windows are English, and the bay window French. Where he chose to put the bay window is where the tent fireplace should be. If y'all walk back around the home, you can see the town's chimney just sitting above the bay window. Now, the wall covering here in the dining room is silk. This is just like our silk clothing, it's very elegant. The china is the Gouge from France, the crystal is Waterford from Ireland, and all of the birds on the table are salt shakers. Their heads come off, and birds are considered very Victorian. But I think the prettiest piece of silk we have is the Souterrain. Souterrain and all of the little birds were made in Holland. And I really like the shape of the windows on each side of the fireplace. They look more like a picture frame than they do windows, but strictly for lighting, they do not open through ventilation. But the dining room is 15 by 40. This is a good one. Now, this mounting was represented in that back 1800s. This is probably glass windows, no kind of cigar. Long life in the corner was not there.
Mm-hmm.
Day top of the line. This side is the candy salt, set the jar inside, put the lid back on. It was steeped in silver jars, and the patent on this is 1886. Now, the copper pot we have hanging was used to cook the pralines in. Pralines is still very much part of the South, the sugar and pecan candies. And the shaker pegs, that's
You
another.
have the sausages, small sausages, because they red beans and rice, red beans.
They got the pots, don't they?
Red beans and, yeah.
Oh, they were? I didn't see them. Oh, they sure are. Come on, Dad. Rice and beans in the pot.
Thank you.
This is the water tank for the supply of water to the house.
On that day, buggy hands to my right, location of the life jackets. On your rating count. Yeah, here the first of the shrimp boat those camps out in the homes?
That's a camp. These two are homes right here. You ever been to Freshwater Body Law? Crawfish farm. In the wintertime, in the summertime, that's a rice field. Summer rice and winter crawfish are the two crops that are in rotation on that piece of land.
Yeah.
Louisiana farmers convert about 130,000 acres of land from rice to crawfish farms in the state annually. And out of these acres, these farmers harvest 60 million pounds of crawfish. And that's not counting the 40 million pounds of wild crop off the smoke of the area. So crawfishermen catch right at 100 million pounds of crawfish annually in Louisiana. Very efficient use of the land. Summer rice and winter crawfish.
Well, you gotta get some.
You need everything in the crawfish yet? It's just
I had a 35-foot 40 years ago.
Yeah, these are crew boats here on the right. Their job is to carry drilling crews and production crews to platform and drilling rig in Louisiana water. Also carrying small supply. The Lloydman goes out to the Gulf of Mexico doing the same job. Delcombe Canal Bridge in front on Louisiana Highway 14. Beyond the bridge is Delcombe, Louisiana. Delcombe was originally known as a community of meadows. That's until a man by the name of Desiree Delcombe donated land in the area. That's where the Catholic Church is today. It was later named Delcombe in honor of Desiree Delcombe. Delcombe, Louisiana. We'll blow a horn to request the drawbridge opening. That's a lift-type bridge. It goes straight up sometimes. What can I say? We call it a summertime bridge. It don't have anything to do with the time of the year. See, summertime it do it, summertime it don't.
He's gonna open that for you every hour?
Let's see, 16 times today.
When he sees you coming, say,
No.
he's coming again.
On the way back, you're gonna see he's gonna come out that little white house, and you know, like the Pope blesses people, you're gonna come outside, you're gonna bless me. That's one thing I don't understand. Sometimes you don't use all the fingers on the hand. I don't understand. You don't use all the fingers on the hand. I just don't understand that at all. See how the tide's coming in Brisbane? Comes in, in fact, it goes out about half the morning and it comes in pretty strong the rest of the day. It's probably going out at night. Yeah. Look at it on each side here. Okay, now looking down the bayou, you can see what's the main industry of Delcombe, Louisiana. These are shrimp boats and it's the shrimping industry. Delcombe claims a shrimp fleet of about 200 boats visit this port throughout the year. And these boats bring in about $14 million a year to this town. First building, that's an ice house. The next one on the right is an oil and fuel company. These people provide those services to the boats of the area. Ice and oil and fuel. The boats will ice up and then fuel up. They might go out onto the Gulf and stay there 1 or 2 weeks at a time on a shrimping trip. The average trip is about 12 days away from port. And the boats carry 5 to 10 tons of ice, preserving their catch. Total shrimp catch for Louisiana, 120 million pounds of shrimp per year. That's what's unloaded at the shrimp docks along our coast, and that's a $150 million business in this state. Now the boats with the pipes in the air, those are bottom trawlers. When these boats enter open water, the booms that extend into the air are lowered straight out from the sides of the boat. Cables go through the booms, or rigging as they're called, and attached to the brown objects you'll see behind the cabin of the boat. Those are trawl boards. Now the trawl boards connect the cables with a chain bridle. The net's attached to the back end of the trawl boards. the chain bridle of the boards are set so that whenever the nets are lowered into the water, the trawl boards open the net and pull it to the bottom, popping the shrimp off the bottom of the gulf or the bay. So these are bottom trawlers, and we spoke about the butterfly method for catching shrimp. About $250,000. This one would go about $300,000 on the left, right, the big one. Got to catch a lot of shrimp, huh? They get a 5-year loan on that, so they gotta catch some shrimp. Of course, that's Vietnamese here, so I don't believe they had a 5-year loan. I don't believe they had a 5-year loan on it. Kimmy as Kimai. Now here on the right, these are shrimp docks, where shrimp are unloaded to these silver bins along the dock. A conveyor belt takes the shrimp into the building where the shrimp are graded according to size and put in coolers or loaded on trucks and shipped out of the area for sale. Louisiana, by the way, produces about 1/3 of our nation's seafood. In front, the public docks of Delcom. These docks are provided as a place for these people to dock their boats. And they'll park here at no expense to the boat of the owner. Free dock space, not much of that anymore. Now I'm going out on the trawling shrimp trip tomorrow. I need a deckhand. Y'all want to come out and shrimp with me? See, my boat's not quite ready yet. It's going to take about 2 hours to get my boat ready. See, that's my boat under the shed right here in front, right there. Not quite ready yet. My boat right here.
That's his boat.
Well, I only have 2 holes in that boat. One lets the water in, the other one lets the water out. That's an old lugger. Very old, old lugger. I'll buy mine here at Delphi. This year, it wasn't too much of a good price. They will sell it right on. Right here at the dock, there's about 2 or 3 boats that would tie to the public dock. Right here, there's another working area. You can tell right off the boat.
That's a big shrimp over there.
What? That's a big.
Vietnamese boat is the most colorful.
Well, what size trawl that fella right there pulled, huh?
What's that?
What size trawl he pulled right there?
He'd probably pull 4 50-foot nets.
Pull 4
Pull a full boat. He only has 2 right now, though, but he normally pulls 4. 2 trawls these are 4 trawls. It's called a full boat. 16. Why is he going bless him? They use that here in these shrimp boats. They'll carry what's called a salt box. By adding salt to water, you can build up the density of it. It becomes heavy. The same amount of shrimp and same amount of fish have a different weight. By adding the salt to the water in the box and then taking the catch and dumping that into that mixture of salt and water in that box, because of the difference in weight in saltwater fish and shrimp, inside the box, the shrimp sink to the bottom and the fish float to the top. It actually separates the catch from the shrimp. Working a salt box without any large trees on it. Before November 20th, the hole continued to grow. It got larger and larger until eventually a giant whirlpool formed. This whirlpool started to erode lake bottom until there was nothing left beneath to support the surrounding land mass. Pieces of Jefferson Island started to collapse into the crater, and the whirlpool would suck that land into the mine. That went on throughout the day until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Out of the mine shaft on the hill, a giant geyser of mud and water pushed up into the air. The geyser went about 200 feet, and it lasted for 10 minutes. After 3.5 billion gallons of water had rushed through this hole, the mine caverns were completely full. The mine was finally stabilized. Also at that time, people, this lake was completely dry. Someone had pulled the plug on Lake Tanyara. An extensive amount of damage occurred. drilling rig that went down. Our soundings show that we have a hole beneath the boat with 132 feet of water in the center of the crater. The crater beneath the water is a half-mile across. It covers over 150 acres of area. If you were to draw a line from the canal that we've just come out of in front, draw a line from the mouth of that canal to your left, straight across the lake to the boat dock, where we started the tour from. Behind this line was all land before November 20th, 1980. 65 acres of land fell into the crater that was sucked into the mine by the whirlpool. 3 greenhouses broke apart and fell into the crater. To the right of the chimney and fireplace was a large glass and alarm conservatory that housed many tropical plants. That half-acre structure broke apart and fell into the hole. The chimney and fireplace. That was a 5-month-old 2-story home. It had a large patio and swimming pool attached to it. The home belonged to J. Lyle Bailiff Jr., the owner of the gardens at the time of the accident. That peeled away from the island on a large piece of dirt and dropped 28 feet towards the center of the crater. That area represents another monetary value of $3 million. So with the drilling rig at 7, $3 million there, that 10, but we're not quite finished yet. On the front left, those rusty pilings, that was the mooring dock and loading dock for the Diamond Crystal salt barges. The barges were taking 1.5 million tons of salt per year from the salt mine beneath the island. There were barges tied up in the canal servicing the drilling rig on the lake. 11 barges went into the hole that day. A tugboat followed the barges into the mine. The loss of salt mine, and with the loss of the mine, 250 jobs no longer available to people of the area. But even though there were 51 people at the bottom of the mine, the morning that this all started, about 20 people were working on the boats, barges, and drilling rig. It was also a miracle here. With all of this destruction, not one life was lost. It took about 2 days for the lake to refill with water from the Gulf of Mexico. For 27 miles north of the Gulf, whenever the lake refilled, 9 of the 11 barges popped back up from inside the hole. Now, we led your tour by telling you about 1 or 2 people who were on the lake that day, but one of them said he thought was happening and he experienced the event of just taking you through. Mr. Viator and Mr. Dory were on this lake fishing, as they had many times before. Whenever the lake lost all of its water, it happened so fast, their boat got stuck on the mud. They had to jump out, crawl through the mud to reach high ground and safety. And in closing, we'll tell you exactly what Mr. Viator said he thought was happening on November 20th, 1980. Leon Viator said, I thought the world had come to the end. It was our pleasure having you. Hope you had a good time on the trip today. Are we having fun yet?
Yes. Appreciate your good tour.
Right, and if you remember, right there is the boat that the captain of the boat we was on said that was his shrimp boat. These are some of the shrimp boats docked at Kent de Cambrai. There's a shrimp nest. These boats are old. There's one for sale. Got a for sale sign on the window. Captain John. Miss Regina Kay, Port of Decumbray. Here we are in the J&G mobile repair shop. That's where we stayed all night while we're getting our refrigerator fixed. This is their shop. The TV reception was good here through this metal building. There's our refrigerator that's been repaired. We're waiting on a new. There's the box that's got to be shipped back. There's the units they're working on, redoing. This is a place where we got our heater fixed. I mean our refrigerator fixed. This is the warehouse where we're parked in. Downtown New Orleans. We're getting ready to leave on our little bus trip.
A saucer or a soup bowl is high in its exterior and low in its interior. Some places in the city of New Orleans are anywhere from 5 to 7 feet below sea level, and the highest point of elevation in the entire city is in the French Quarter. And we'll be driving by the French Quarter in just a minute. Now look over to your right where you see those railroad tracks. There's a red streetcar that runs along those tracks for about 1.5 miles. It runs from the French Quarter to the Riverwalk. And those red streetcars have been running along the riverfront now for about the past 4.5 years, and they're called the Ladies in Red. They stop about every 2 or 3 blocks, and it costs $1.25. Now as we make the turn here, ladies and gentlemen, look over to your left in the distance. You see a tall building with a round top. Over to your left. Founded by the French in 1718, and the streets in the French Quarter were laid out in 1721 for the horse and carriage, and that's why the streets in the French Quarter are so narrow. Now today the French Quarter is called the Vieux Carré, which simply means old square in French. It is actually an old rectangle because the French Quarter is 7 by 14 blocks, and we are now riding parallel with the French Quarter over to our left. Now, a lot of people think that the French Quarter is all entertainment, but it's not. There are about 10,000 people who live in the French Quarter today. And one unique thing about the French Quarter is that anytime you're in the French Quarter and you leave the quarter and cross over Canal Street, the name of the street you're on will change its name. All of the streets in the French Quarter change their names as they cross over Canal Street. For instance, if you're on Bourbon Street in the French Quarter, and you leave the quarter and cross over Canal, it becomes Carondelet Street. Now, Bourbon Street did not get its name for the liquor that flows on it at night. It was named for the Bourbon Kings of France. Now, notice this building coming up here on the right. This is the Jackson Brewery. This is where they brewed Jack's beer until 1973. At one time, we had as many as 4 breweries here in the city. we had Jack's, Falstaff, Regal, and Dixie. And Dixie beer is the only beer that's still brewed here in New Orleans. Now the Jackson Brewery here on the right was completely renovated in the late 1970s, and it is now a series of shops and restaurants. Now if you look over to your left, you see Jackson Square, and in the center of the square, you see a statue of Andrew Jackson. Look over to your left now. Now the church behind the statue is the St. Louis Cathedral. It is the oldest active cathedral in the United States, and that church was built in 1794. The building to the left of the church, as we'll look at, is called the Cabildo. The building to the right of the church is called the Presbytere, and those are both museums today. Now look over here to your left in front of Jackson Square. You see the mules and the buggies? You can take a mule and buggy ride for about $8. They take you throughout the French Quarter for about 45 minutes. Now look over here to your right, where you see the green awning. This is Café du Monde. This is where you get the French coffee and donuts. And the right. The French coffee is called Café au lait, and the French donuts are called beignets. You can get an order of coffee and donuts for about $2. The Café du Monde is open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, except for Christmas Day. That's the only day they're closed. Now look over here to your left on the corner. We're now passing in front of Two Jacks restaurant. It's been here since 1856, and Two Jacks is the second oldest restaurant in New Orleans. And here at Two Jacks, they have a set menu. It is a 6-course meal. When you make your reservations at Two Jacks, you must first call and find out what the meal of the day is. And the oldest restaurant in New Orleans is Antoine's. Antoine's is located on St. Louis Street in the French Quarter since 1840. Now coming up on the right-hand corner is Greco's Restaurant. Greco specializes in Creole and Cajun food, and it is very casual. And the right is Greco's. And the left is the Mediterranean Cafe. There's a jazz band out there on the gazebo almost every afternoon. And the left. From all over Southeast Louisiana, come here, look over here to your left. How about cabbage for St. Patrick's Day? Look at that. That's the garlic and the chili peppers hanging up. We use a lot of garlic and a lot of seasoning in our food here, as some of you may well know. And here on the left is an area where you can get seafood packaged up and shipped home. Here on the left. Now anybody can come here to the farmer's market anytime, day or night, and shop for their produce, because the produce market is open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day also. Now look over here to your left. This is the flea market. The flea market is open 7 days a week, but they close at night. And anybody can come here and rent one of those stalls with a number and sell their goods on the open market. Notice our East Low section is numbered. Now the flea market closes at 6 p.m. So if you have a chance later on, ladies and gentlemen, I do suggest you come back to this Jackson and many, many more. Now Louis Armstrong got his nickname here in New Orleans, Satchmo. It was said that when Louis, what you mainly see is Spanish architecture. And the reason for this is because the French were the first to build a city in the early 1700s. And then in 1788, there was a fire in the French Quarter that destroyed 4/5 of the original French city. And in 1788, the Spanish were in control at the time, so they had the task of rebuilding the city. And that's why you see more Spanish architecture in the French Quarter today than French. Now that fire in 1780 was burning a vigil candle in the window, and the curtains caught fire. She ran to the church to ring the church bells to signal the fire department, but at the time, 99% of the city was Catholic, and it was a holy day, and there was an ordinance in the city that no church bells be rung on a holy day. As a result, 4/5 of the original French city burned down, and there are only 4 buildings in the French Quarter that are still standing today that withstood the fire of 1788. Now coming up in just a moment, we're going to cross over a traffic light. This is Rampart Street, and Rampart is one of the 4 boundary streets for the French Quarter. The 4 streets on either side of the French Quarter are Canal, Rampart, Esplanade, and Decatur. And it was over to our left, about 6 blocks down, around in 1917, by the Secretary of the Navy. He said it was corrupting his men. how some of the basements have been turned into apartments over the years. But you'll find this type of architecture all throughout the city today. And another very popular type of architecture that we have here is called a shotgun house. A shotgun house is one narrow room built directly behind another in a straight line. And they were built that way in the early days because you were taxed according to the front footage of your home. So you'd build your home very narrow and deep. They can stand on the back steps of the house, open up the back door, all the doors in the house, and shoot a bill collector on the front step.
Here, the red steps.
And the right. Now this home was built in 1905 and it cost $14,000. I point it out because it features the longest hallway in the city of any single home. The center hallway in that home is 86 feet long and 12 feet wide. Now notice that little gazebo in the side yard. That gazebo was built about 15 years ago. It cost $7,000. Now most of the large homes is the New Orleans Fairgrounds. It's about 2 blocks down to the right, and it's been here since 1872. Now we have thoroughbred here. Now when we get into the next block, I'm going to show you one of our shotgun houses. It's going to be coming up in the next block and on the left. It's going to be the little beige house with the... Now there's the shotgun over to your left. Then notice that gray home next to it. That's called a camelback shotgun. It resembles a camel's back with a hump on the back of it. And the homes were built that way in the early days because you were then taxed according to the number of openings that you had on your frontage.
It's not as big as the one you see right there to the
The what?
James, and there's shelves, usually 2 shelves, and the first person on the first shelf and the second one on the second shelf, and then as the third person is buried, the casket falls into the back chamber of the tomb.
The remains.
The remains, and then the other one is, the casket is pushed in, and the tomb can't be opened more frequently than 1 year and 1 day. If a person dies before 1 year and 1 day has passed another family member, then they're in a holding tomb at the back of the cemetery till the time's passed.
or died a natural death. He lived in that's the New Orleans Museum of Art. And it was turned into a park in 1891. So they just finished celebrating their 100th anniversary as a public park. Now we'll be turning it to City Park at one time. Look over here to your right, you see the Spanish Moss. Now we'll be turning into the park here. And in just a moment we're going to cross over a miniature railroad track. There's a miniature train that runs through the park for a total of 2 miles. But look at this oak tree coming up on the right. This is one of the bigger ones in this area here. That's a pretty big one. Now this body of water we're about to cross over is called a lagoon. It's a man-made body of water that was put here many years ago when this was a plantation. And we also have paddle boat and canoe rentals here in City Park. And now if you look around you see some of our palm trees. The palm trees that you see here in New Orleans are not indigenous to this area at all. The palm tree is a tropical tree, and we here in New Orleans are in a semi-tropical climate. Now there's some of our 39 tennis courts over to your left, equipped for either daytime or nighttime tennis playing, and they're all public courses.
The old young kids.
Now notice this building here on the right. This is called the Peristyle. It was built in 1907 as an open-air dance area. It's now used for parties, picnics, and even weddings. We have some weddings here during the summertime, running along the ground. They even built an amusement area around the oak trees so that the children could climb on the limbs. Look over to your right.
That's neat.
And now, folks, we're going to make our scheduled Gray Line rest stop. We'll be making a rest stop at the building coming up on the right. It is called the Casino. It was built to resemble a Spanish casino. It is now a refreshment stop. Now the restrooms are in the back of the building around the outside, and on the inside you can get something to eat or drink. Now we're going to be here for about 10 or 15. We're going to see another section of it in just a few minutes.
Poultry train, isn't it? Poultry train.
Now folks, a lot of people think that the word Pontchartrain is an Indian name because it sounds like one, but it is not. The lake was named after the Marine War Minister of France in the 1700s. His name was Comte de Pontchartrain.
The Pontchartrain.
Now look over to your left, you see some of our Louisiana wildlife.
Yep.
Now if you look over to your left along the horizon, you see the bridge crossing over Lake Pontchartrain. It is called the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. It is said to be the longest bridge in the world over a continuous body of water. The bridge is 24 miles long. There is a toll on the bridge. It's $1 for an automobile. A lot of people live on the other side of the lake and commute back and forth to work each day on the causeway. The city on the other side of the bridge is called Mandeville, Louisiana, and there are 5 turnarounds on the bridge. They also have open in the afternoon hours. They are very inexpensive and very casual. A lot of the local people eat out here at West End Park. This is one of the more famous ones here in the right, Fitzgerald's. It's been here since I can remember. Now over to our right about a half a parish, and we use the word the left. It's leaning toward the left. And then notice the white home coming up on the corner. The white home is leaning toward the right. And this is because these people did not build their homes on the proper foundation. Anytime you probably get it at a very good price. It's causing us left.
Yeah, look at that. They don't. All their foundation shows.
In 1834, and it was moved here in 1898. Now keep looking to your left, right past Tulane. You see the largest Catholic church in the city, Holy Name of Jesus. And right past Holy Name is the main campus of Loyola University. Loyola has an enrollment of about 7,500 students, and they major in law, music, and communications. And Loyola was established in 1911. Now look over here to your right. Notice this lovely white home coming up, Show Club. It is called the $1 Million Round Table Club, here on the right. They completely renovated it, both inside and out, including the grounds. They just finished about 6 months ago. Now this is Temple Sinai over to the left. Years ago for $2.2 million. Used on the Hallmark trading cards at one time, here on the right. Nicknamed the Wedding Cake Home, over to your left. Then when we get replicas of Tara. So, the home was later sold to the Latter family. Mr. Harry Latter turned it into a public library east of side street. The owner had it picked up and turned around to face St. Now all the stones that you see here are the girls' Catholic school from kindergarten through 12th grade. And they are now celebrating their 108th year. We had 2 World's Fairs here in New Orleans. We had one in 1884 and we had one in 1984. Now the 1884 World's Fair was held where Audubon Park is now. It was called the Cotton Centennial, and right on Canal Street. Canal Street is said to be one of the widest main thoroughfares in the United States. And the 2 center lanes of Canal Street are strictly for public service vehicles and emergency units.
This is called the pedestrian mall. Well, that's for pedestrians only. Up here in a mountain. Yes, I'm coming. I'm taking pictures.
This is just, it's...
Well, isn't this a beautiful living room?
Yeah.
Look at that. The ceiling needs to be fixed. Oh my goodness.
And a bedroom?
And a bedroom. Well, that's beautiful. And look at the furniture. Beautiful furniture.
It's kitchen.
Okay, we go into the kitchen. Oh, it's got a stove and everything. And it even got a sink. And look at the trap door up here where you can crawl up in the attic.
And it's got a little china cabinet right here.
Boy.
Look.
Hoping it'll fall through the floor.
This here is a porch. And this is, I guess,
that's
shed or something.
That's the junk room.
There's the well.
Oh, it's got a well. Is that the well?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'll be darned. Can't beat this. I think I'll buy it.
Let's go to the next house.
This is Julie's play toy. She likes to play up and down the hills here in Alabama.
I think he's studying maybe a doctor or a lawyer. I don't know.
He comes out here, huh?
He comes out here with all his college friends.
Spends the weekends.
Yeah.
And
He's probably in his 20s.
What do they think about you being out here going through there?
He said it's fine. He said
Who said that?
He told Mitch that he can come on, he can hunt or go on his land anytime he wants. He doesn't mind.
Built with a fireplace. Here's the well. This is a well, huh? That's the crank. What do you crank up? The rope?
Yeah, you put a rope in a bucket. Hey, look.
Huh.
Got water in it.
Yeah. That is the kitchen?
Yeah, I guess. You want to call it the kitchen?
Hey, is that where they... It probably is. That's metal. That's where they get their hay from. Yeah, this is the hay meadow behind Julie's house, is it?
Yeah.
How far back are we?
From our house, we're like, probably about a half mile to a mile.
Okay, Julie, this is...
Lean forward, Dad.
I'm leaning forward.
Isn't it beautiful out here, Dad?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's sure a rough ride, though, huh? Man, this is some ride. How come you take all the bumps?
Well, I can't help the bumps. It's just bumpy.
This is a pretty steep hill, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Well, take it slow and easy. We're not in any hurry. How come
we're fixing to go down it, Dad.
Julie, take it easy. See them poles?
I know. Yeah. See the creek?
I see a little creek down there, yeah. Let's take it easy.
I got the brake, Dad.
We're in no hurry.
I got the brake.
We got all day to look on those holes. That's why I'm afraid you hit a hole.
Oh, all right. We'll stop here and let you rest a little bit before you...
Who is it?
That's Nathan. Who's with you?
Are they doing fishing?
Oh, yeah, come on, Dad. Let's go down there.
I don't know who your friend Pat is, I guess.
What's the baby?
Huh?
Pat with the baby?
Oh, the one that had all the problems with the... Well, I thought they lived quite a ways from here.
What are y'all doing? Huh? Oh, I didn't know you were here, Jake. Where's Jonathan? Oh, Tyler. You did? What are you doing? Fishing?
They're taking a bath.
This is my dad. That's Nathan.
They're taking...
Nathan, Jonathan, that's Pat's boy.
Oh, that's Pat's boy?
And there's Tyler. Tyler's is Nathan's brother.
Oh, and they're taking a bath, huh? Huh?
Are you taking a bath?
Where's the soap at? You gotta have soap and a towel.
You got your shampoo?
In the water,
Huh?
you gotta have water too.
He did? Huh. Are you wading in that water?
I got a picture of going up the hill.
There's a pond on the other side of this hill, Dad.
A pond? That's the one we went by, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna see it from the top of the hill. On your left is that old house that we went to first off. And the barn with the hay.
Yeah.
And there's the pond.
That's the old house.
Pond. The hay shack.
And there's the pond. This is where the sighting of the apparition of the Blessed Virgin Mary by the young lady from Medjugorje on Thanksgiving Day of 1988. This is the site where the lone pine tree is where it took place. Blessed Virgin Mary appeared at this pine tree. Many of visitors here since that day. You can see the path that's worn here in the meadow.
And it turned blocks in the field.
Yeah. Sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're approaching the tree. This is the tree and the grotto of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And the altar where the masses are said. It says, "The wind is my sign. I will come in the wind. When the wind blows, know that I am with you. You have learned that the cross represents Christ. It is a sign of him. It is the same for the crucifix you have in your home. For me, it is not the same. When it is cold, you come to church. You want to offer everything to God. I am then with you. I am with you in the wind. Do not be afraid." Message given by the Blessed Virgin Mary at Medjugorje, February the 5th, 1984. When we were here the last time, this tree was loaded with mementos and whatever on the tree. People have left. There's very little here now.
Where can I get where I'll be out of your way?
Okay, go ahead.
This statue marks the spot where Our Lady appeared on Thanksgiving Day, November 24th, 1988. Our Lady gave the following message here on that day. Our Lady came and was very happy. She looked at everybody in the crowd. She blessed everyone. Margia recommended everyone present to Our Lady, and Our Lady prayed one Our Father and one Glory be. Our Lady's message: I invite you to live my messages. I am here to help you. I will intercede for you to God for all your intentions. Several hundred people were present. When she left, Our Lady said, "Go in peace."
Okay, the Stations of the Cross are the crosses you see here on the on the hill. There's one right down on the corner down
They
here.
go around in a circle
and
through the field.
They're down around the trees there, the way of the cross. There used to be rosaries on the cross, hanging on the cross. People has taken them.
Yeah, I guess maybe they were blessed.
I can't believe they take them. Who put them on?
2 locks on it. 3 locks on it.
Here are some more of the Stations of the Cross. And as we go on around the meadow here in this little wooded area, you'll see more crosses. It was about 2.5 years ago that Virginia and I attended a mass here, and right during the consecration, it was a warm, hot day, and right during the consecration, there was a cool breeze from the south. It's like refrigerated air, and that is the way the winds. I see it now, Julie. It's a This is the tabernacle they're building here. Beautiful stone.
$450. Daniels, Teresa. She supplies odd stuff like that. You know, it's cute. Those are Christmas ones.
These are cute.
Well, yeah. That's all the Christmas stuff.
What's this? A book room back here?
Yeah. I'll show you.
We're up here where just behind Mitch's house, this old house, and there's a well. And this is where Mitch killed a couple of turkeys last night. He shot 2 toms. They were young, but they were nice. There's meadows on each side, this wooded area. This is a meadow behind the house. There's a little creek right down there, nice little stream running all the time. This is a lane going back out of here towards Mitch's house.
This is the porterhouse.
You sure of that?
Anytime they got a fillet in the middle, that's your filet mignon. That's what we call tenderloin on deer, but really that's your tenderloin on deer. The New York strip.
Where's your chef's hat? You gotta have a chef, Sal. You're gonna be a chef.
But don't move your lips. I turned out to be a pretty good barbecue pit there. Yeah, that's a good fire. I like that fire. You know what you're doing.
It had one block down though, and left those up behind it. The wind wouldn't affect it.
Yeah, it was just a makeshift. I was gonna cook them on this, but you can't put about 5 steaks on it. You know, I've heard everyone tell how they want their steak except Pat here. I know how Pat likes hers. She cooked it for me when I was a kid. Is that right? When you was a kid. I used to.
Why, she ain't as old as you are. Huh? She ain't as old as you are.
Sorry, Rascal, you a year or two older, wasn't you? Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting the last picture of these guys, their last meal.
I hope not.
Well, I haven't eaten yet. Maybe I ought to go.
Well, we're trying to get prepared for this meal, and
Try to get what?
Our daughter Julie is being chef here.
What's she doing? Anything?
I'm just keeping busy. I'm keeping her busy.
we're sitting here talking.
Talking about me?
Yeah.
Talking about you.
That's what I
Talking
figured.
about you. How about if I get a picture of you?
I'm getting a picture of you. I'm recording everything.
Well, let me get a picture of you, Dad. You're always taking the film.
Well, here, we got a desert.
Is he asking everybody how they want their steak?
He knows. He was instructed how to cook them.
He don't want to see that turkey. He can see it from here. I scared back.
They'll get done.
I guarantee nobody gonna be complaining. One thing, if nobody likes them, I go to the neighbor's brought a dog and we can feed it to the dog.
Hey, Dad.
We ain't got no dogs around here, so off the sale.
What's wrong with that dog?
I don't know. What's wrong with that dog, Julie?
I have no idea.
I don't like bologna.
You see you, Julie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see. What?
Where's your purse at, honey?
It's inside. Why?
Where's it at?
Inside.
Have you got something for me?
Yeah, I got a surprise.
I'm talking about.
Oh, your cigarettes?
Yeah.
Are you ashamed to say cigarettes?
Yeah.
Dad.
These other people don't take me.
Hey, I got you on film.
Joe don't want to get in the movies. Well, Joe, when you had to have it rebuilt, did it just go out all of a sudden?
Oh, it had a picture.
Started knocking down.
Well, I got sent by my brother. He's got a place down there. He stays there in Willow. He knew that the only guy knew that Kansas City was good. And he was a good mechanic. He did a good job.
Joey.
What?
What he put all new pistons and all in it?
He said if I got to take over 15,000 off, he said I won't do it. You know what I mean?
Get this, Dad.
Wait a minute. All you do is tell me where they're at.
Where's the puppy? Where'd the puppy go? Where'd the puppy go? Where'd the puppy go? Let's go! Where'd the puppy go? Huh?
When he gets out, he will. I mean, you know, after he serves
When we gonna take up the money?
You ain't seen the hat.
I've been looking for it.
Pass it around.
You better not drive it. Oh, there it is. Jed got it on.
No, I don't get his hand. He might take it.
Here, put it to you there. We start getting that good, well, homemade apple pie.
That's what he's waiting on.
He's waiting on it.
All you gotta do is talk about it.
Did you make some key lime pies again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat made an apple pie.
It was hard trying to feed him.
He satisfied for over 2 minutes.
That fire's hot. You hear me?
I tell you one thing, that
Burn,
fire right
wood,
now,
burns.
it's a waste, really,
Hot.
to burn a fire like that, just cook steaks real quick,
Hot.
and that pretty fire's still sitting there.
Hot.
Big old boy.
He's looking hustler right now.
Hey,
The
Max.
brain.
Tell me how that turkey
He's got an
goes.
IQ, I think, about 200.
He's gone. He's gone.
What do you think, picture that chair?
You know, for just
David!
He's gonna really do good in life.
Hey, David.
Make a lot of money.
We
He's
had
just got that
Jed's
kind of
IQ
brain
one
on him.
time.
David.
Minus 2.
Hey, what?
I'll live it down when I cook it.
They let me drive his truck over.
Or there's the cow shed. A little small. That's the umbrella cherry.
Hey, Buffalo.
It's supposed to be a dwarf cherry, but you see that dwarf in there.
Gone?
Hi, buddy. Sugar in it? You got the picture here.
Show me that first. Where'd he go? He gone?
Julie, are you still taking pictures?
What, put my back?
It's getting even with you.
David, come look at this turkey.
How to use that camera? She just... I want, you know, I'm driving, I like to take a shot.
Boo, there he is. Come here, boy.
Did you like those turkeys?
I like that turkey.
So this is the year that it's on his...
No, it wasn't this.
We joined down the road one day, and I was fixing to get a birthday. Jerry's driving that truck. He had that same, I think it's that same shirt.
Hey, Mitch. Hey. Hey, Dick. Hey.
David. David. Hey, buddy. Hey.
Quite a boy, isn't he?
Mac, get on out of here.
Where's that turkey?
Get on out of here, you lazy ass dog.
Is he gone? Is he gone?
He ain't but a lazy old big baby. Be right back.
Bye. Hey. What are you doing, little boy?
So I'm getting my pamper changed.
Huh? What are you doing? Huh? Oh, I see.
Mitch taught me that trick.
I've heard that before.
Can you top that, huh?
You had them tied to the ground and staked them out, and then went over and shot him. I come out the back door and shot him out in the fence here.
You know what you can do? Now this is true. I ain't
Bring
never
me
done
my
it 'cause
balloon.
it's illegal.
Where's my balloon?
But you can take a fishing line,
that my
tie it to
balloon?
a tree, put a fish hook on it with a piece of corn on it.
Swollen corn, they'll swallow it and you'll catch
And
it.
he'll stand right
Thank
there.
you.
He won't move. You
Thank
can walk
you.
up to him and pet him.
Let me give you
Very
one.
nice.
Here, let me
Not
give you
wild.
one.
He won't run. He won't
Sucker.
move. Once he swallows that fish hook, he won't move.
This is the new sink we put in. The sink top, new faucet. Now this is what the floor looked like. We tore it out. That we got to replace and raise the. It was all rotted out. This is where the force machine and the hot water tank sit. This is the hot water tank. This is the bottom of it. It's been leaking for about 2.5, 3 or 4 years.
What are you doing, Mother?
This is a finished product here of professional plumbing. Okay, we are at the Little Mountain Marina Camping Resort just north of Guntersville, Alabama. This is the entrance. These are the rental units. This is where you check in. Clubhouse. Miniature golf, game rooms. This is their outdoor pool. Children's pool. This is the clubhouse. This is their comfort center, a restroom, showers, and their sales office. These are their boat slips. The length of their crappie is 9 inches, bass 15 inches minimum length. This is a clubhouse. This is the game rooms where they play pool, table tennis, inside the pool, or inside the clubhouse. Here's the entrance. This is a miniature golf course. Huh? Well, they're like the ones at Treasure Lakes.
We've just begun tootling around and seeing
well, we love it.
What this is all about.
We belong to Coast to Coast, AOR. You know AOR?
No, I'm not familiar with AOR.
It's a fairly new camping club out of Orlando.
You do a lot of stuff in Buckles.
Yeah, I have some, well, I got a belt here. I just put a few buckles on here to kind of show you what this looks like.
Quite a collection.
Hey there.
Some neat things.
These are neat too. That's an opal egg from Mexico.
Luxury. Yeah. Glad to put this in the trash. Thank you. Well, I'll narrate and tell them when she starts taking it. We're in Gunnersville State Park, northern Alabama.
I forgot the sign, the entrance sign when I came in.
You don't have to.
These rocks up on the side of the cliff. To our right, you see a lot of it. Scenery is much like the area going. You get here closer to the sailboats. You may find yourself closer to the sailboat.
What's the name of the state park?
Lake Gunnersville State Park.
Northern Alabama.
In northern Alabama.
problems.
Kids gotta pee. Yeah,
There's a fifth wheeler, like Joe's.
Is this state or what?
It's a state park. Layers. Whoa, yes, look at that. It's a very popular lake, isn't it? These pretty redbirds.
Look at this beautiful scenery.
Yeah, that is pretty.
On the top of this hill, baby.
Here's a pull-off, Joe.
Jill, here's a... When the trees get all that, you'll be able to see the water through.
We've seen that kind of formations down in Arkansas before. Around Fort Smith. I remember one time.
And it's a bumpy ride, Dad.
Are you getting sick, Mitch?
No, I'm fine. This back is killing
Well,
me.
put a few pillows behind you. There's more back there. Stuff pillows behind you.
This is on the overlook view of the lake, Guntersville. There's sailboats down here on the water.
Must be somebody camping out over there.
Well, how would they get out there? That is smoke in it on the island.
This right here looks like it goes into a cave underneath the ground. No.
Yeah, it sure does.
They're right here, Mother.
The lodge of the park.
I'm Al, the Alabama State Park's owl. Welcome to one of my many homes, Lake Guntersville State Park. This resort park, ranging over almost 6,000 acres of ridge tops and meadows, offers a resort hotel, chalets, and outdoor activities such as golf, tennis, fishing, hiking, and swimming. To the northwest is Joe Wheeler State Park, another resort park so big it's divided into 3 separate areas. If you enjoy golfing and an exciting petting farm, go south to another one of my favorite nesting places, Oak Mountain State Park. Further south and to the east, you'll find Lake Point Resort State Park, known as the bass capital of the world, and Gulf State Park Resort on Alabama's White Sand Coast. Plus, there are lots of smaller parks on the way, perfect for camping and picnicking. Just pick a state park brochure from my tree trunk to find out more about my exciting Alabama State Park homes. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you soon.
She didn't give up.
Alabama Wildlife, huh? Is that what it is? Mitch?
Yep.
This is going down towards the dining room. This is the dining room to the lodge. This is looking out from the lodge. Beautiful magnolias. It's really pretty. But that's in the restaurant, isn't it?
Overlooking it. We can go
Over
in
the
there.
restaurant area. The goldenrod room, I guess, huh? Must be where they have all their convention meetings.
Where's Julie?
She's not gonna go. Yeah, his lips are moving. You know what that means, don't you? Outdoor Reserve at Arley, Alabama. This is their office and sales office and welcome center. This is the playground, volleyball, what have you. This is This is the comfort station. This is the lake along the resort. There's a boat dock, and over here is the clubhouse that sits along the shore of the lake. They tell me this lake is 200 feet deep in places. Deepest places are even deeper. And these are trailer hookups. They're partials. They're not full hookups. Right at the edge of the lake. More down the line here. And this is where they launch the boats to their resort, their little boat slips. I'm on a boat dock, looking up towards the clubhouse. And then over this area you can see the back end of our trailer. There it is. Oh. Yeah, it's there. This is their swimming pool. Looks like this pool needs a lot of work done on it. This is their clubhouse. What's this monkey up here? That looks like a Superdome way off there, doesn't it?
It's supposed to rain today, look at the clouds.
Well, it's supposed to be rainy today, I think. Let's hope it doesn't rain for a while.
Fun Time USA.
Maybe this is the white sand. It's the white, huh? These guys that are bare skin out here, and it's pretty cool today. This is the Coliseum in Biloxi. I don't know which Coliseum it is, but oh, it's the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, and there it is, and Convention Center. Moving on. This must be the new casino. New building going up out on the seashore. Huh? Now this must be Biloxi. We're in Biloxi. Campers, truckers, buses. Private bus. Yeah, it's a nice drive along the
Gas
seashore.
tank doesn't go dry.
Oh yeah. Well, there's not, the gas 95.9 here. It's not $1 a gallon.
Yeah, look at this pretty southern house here, Joe.
Yes, what's where you're going at?
Look, right there.
There's a lot.
Oh,
I'll take pictures of them. You can see them later.
Okay.
He
You
wants
didn't
the
take a
driving.
picture of it. You didn't get it. You never. You
I
never
did.
Get the
I got the picture of it.
You're always late.
These people all got money that live along this
I Yes,
seashore.
there's pretty ones.
Just don't watch where you're going.
That
Now, I
white
don't-
one was beautiful.
There's a lot of thin colonial type houses. There's
Look how tall that one is.
There's a big airplane
Look
here.
at there. Look at that big tall house there. Look at that big one. It
Yes.
must be 4 stories high.
Oh, dude. There's a lot of I'm taking pictures, but I don't think these are ones.
Here it is. Big white
Nope,
house.
just go slow. You know,
See this right here? See right in there?
I'm taking pictures.
There.
That looks like a church. It is a church. Hey, I'm taking pictures as we go along. What's this one out here? Yeah, this is pretty ugly. I'm taking pictures of all these houses so you'll have it in your little memory. Wet and Wild Beach, huh? Ruby Tuesday, yes sir.
It's like a club. Either that or a
These guys working on Sunday out here is kind of unusual. For I guess that's
Well, they
Mississippi,
promised the
though.
public it'll be mid-April when the thing's done, so they're making use of their time.
Then they have their strike.
Some group in here in Mississippi's been on strike for a year. I heard on the news last night. Maybe it's that group.
There's this guy out here. Where is the church? There he is. He's unfair labor. Passing out.
Nice man in town.
They're passing out labor. They're passing out literature, aren't they? This factory. It is.
Look at those pretty pieces of coral.
This is what they call the Broadwater Resort. It's right on the lake, and let's see, there is a ship right there, the gambling ship, casino. There's a ship. There's your spring breakers. Spring break kids. Elmore,
The last
home of Jefferson Davis.
It's in
And this is where?
right there. We just passed it. Right there.
No, it's right here. That was it, we just passed. What, like a crawfish? At a setting? This looks like the Grand's Casino. Get up here, we'll see. Yeah, it says Grand Casino. So this is it right here. Big parking lot. Look at the parking lot. Big. They'll go in there and spend all your money?
I don't know.
I believe this casino is about as busy as the one in
I think it is too.
Gulfport.
Okay, this is the entrance to the casino, I guess, isn't it? Huh?
This is the side entrance.
Side in. This is the slots up here on the second floor. Magic Casino, name this, huh? Magic Casino? We're sitting on the second floor of the cafeteria. This is camping next to the casino. Now we are at Julie and Mitch's mobile home park. 126 North Highway 55 in Stewart, Alabama. There's Mitch's turkeys. This is the welcome we got. What do we got here?
Happy day.
Welcome, Mom and Dad. How about Julianne?
Oh, get out of here.
She wants to put some lipstick on first, Joe.
Dad, come on.
Show them the cake, Joey.
Hey, hold up the cake so...
Here, Dad, hold up the cake.
Hold up the cake.
Okay, I'll hold up the
Here,
cake.
hold it. Dad.
Here, I'm going to take it out and hold it up. Now watch this. I hope I don't drop it. Joe, get up real close so you can get...
I got a zoom. I can get
See the little road with the flowers along the side? And the camper going down the road?
Yes.
Have you got it?
It's not our birthday.
No, but it says welcome, Mom and Dad.
That's it. Okay, I got it. This is a beautiful cake that Julie and Mitch got for to welcome us to their what? Their adobe.
Their home. Yeah.
They had what?
They had that bouquet of flowers and balloons and banners.
Oh, she neat. Look how neat it is.
Yeah, she's lighting her candles and then she has to blow them out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna blow my finger with this lighter.
How's it feel to be 32?
John.
Just think, I'm almost twice your age.
I know.
How old are you now, baby?
I'm 32.
You're supposed to look up when I ask you that.
30.
Oh! Burned your finger.
I don't know if I can do this. Let me get a stick.
Where
Let me
is
get
that
one of those
stick?
sticks.
I saw one laying out on that cutting board, I think.
Yeah.
That'd make it
stick.
easy.
That'll work.
I need that flamethrower I got.
Yeah, really. There, that'll be perfect.
Hold it down, baby. You hold it up and it's blowing out.
Yeah.
Light it on another candle, from one candle, honey. Yeah, like
There
that.
you go.
Business special.
Well, it is.
Mother, you didn't have to buy me this cake.
Well, I would have been disappointed if I hadn't gotten
Well,
to give you a cake.
I guess
After you've been gone from home 12 years and I haven't been on your
after
birthday
you started,
with you.
after you started crying and everything.
When'd she start crying?
She was crying when I
said I
y'all
was
came
disappointed.
in.
I wanted to bring you a cake.
She started crying and I said, "Oh, don't feel bad." I said, "Yeah, I got you a cake. We only can eat one cake at a time." But no,
Yeah, it was all Joe's
she felt
fault
guilty
anyway.
about it.
I know it was.
So she had to go out and buy it. Let me pick out my own cake.
We about had a knockdown drag out over it.
No, I was just disappointed.
Hey, we didn't. We about stopped and started fighting in the middle of the road.
So we got the cake and
Damn it, I'm going
everything's
to drive
fine.
clear back to Birmingham and get a cake. And I said, no, you're not going to drive clear back to Birmingham. We'll get a cake.
We don't want no more crying, no more tears.
Baby, better
This
dump
is-
that ashes off that before it falls on that cake.
This
Yeah, if she doesn't hurry, we're going to be
Don't
whacked.
burn the cake up.
Yeah,
This-
don't
oh,
burn that
shoot.
cake up after all the struggle about getting the cake today.
Well,
So anyway,
You got your candles, honey.
There you
I
go.
got one. Let's see.
You got.
I got 32 candles on this cake.
Yep, 32 candles.
I don't think any more
32
can fit on
years.
here. Well, I never
Just
thought I
about
would
got
be
'em all
lighting 32
lighted.
candles.
There.
Okay.
Okay, birthday girl.
There we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear little Julie. Happy birthday to you.
Blow out the candles.
Yes.
Make
Go.
a wish.
Yes, Mama.
Blow out the candles.
Do it.
Okay.
You gotta do it all in one breath. Oh.
She's not as long-winded as I thought she was. It took 3 big blows.
That's
to get
because I got
them
a
all out.
cold, Mother.
Oh, that's right.
I can't hardly breathe.
That's why.
Oh, shit. Jill, the darn flash ain't working now.
Well,
Good
Well,
Lord almighty.
we'll be giving you a tape of
I'll
our,
give you a tape
me
of
take
the
out
plan.
the
of our
candles
visit
now.
here. Yeah.
Put them on a little plate. Do I get lick the frosting
Yeah,
off
you
too?
can do that too. And then we'll get some ice cream and have ice cream and cake.
Well, I'm glad y'all got to spend my birthday with me.
Well,
that,
I am
that
too.
means more than a cake.
First time since you were 19. Mitch, do you remember how you celebrated your 19th
Oh,
birthday?
do we?
Yeah, that's when I
Going
got.
to Chi-Chi's
Uh,
with Chris and
oh,
Ann and Joe.
yeah.
That's when I got ripped off.
Yeah, that's when he gave a $15 tip.
No, they took it. I didn't give it to
Oh,
him.
he was mad,
The guy
wasn't he?
took it.
He's never been in Chi-Chi's
We
since.
talked about that for about
You
an hour and
remember
a half
that?
after we
Yeah.
left.
Hey,
Yeah.
that guy just took that tip. He didn't ask me nothing. He just took
Yeah,
it,
he
kept it.
took all the change for a tip and
He just
Joe
kept
left the
it.
tip on the table too. He was
I
so
said I'd
mad.
never go back and cheat you again. I never
Mother,
had been back
never
again.
I'll give you the privilege of cutting the
Cutting
cake.
Okay.
This frosty is good.
Is it good?
Oh yeah. Tastes like
Okay.
Oreo cookies.
Like I want to eat some supper before I eat cake.
Well, that's a good idea.
You don't eat what?
Maybe I'd have a little bit more
Sausage.
of that deer casserole.
Sausage.
Yeah, that deer casserole.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Well-
cake, how would that be?
That's fine with me.
All right, we'll just cut. Well, it'll dry out if we cut it. We'll just wait and cut it after we have some.
Y'all want some more dinner? I got
I want
plenty
some
over
more
there.
casserole.
Dad,
Deer casserole.
are you getting hungry?
No, I'm not too hungry, really.
Well, you want your cake now then, right?
Yeah, I believe we will. I've been sitting there waiting for an hour now.
Okay, we'll give him this piece with
No,
lots of
don't get any
frosting
ice
on
cream
it.
either.
He won't have to eat so much candy today.
Let me get the ice cream, mate. You want some ice cream?
Oh, he wants it all.
Damn right. Is that all the cake I get?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got yours. Sure stingy with a tan. Look at that little slice you give me. Hell, it wasn't even a taste. You're a little like Sam's Wholesale where you just get a taste. Hey.
Right here, the freezer ain't freezing.
Is it soft?
Well, it's probably because we got so much in
Mitch.
Is it very soft?
This is like Sam's, Sam's Wholesale where they give you samples. Give me a little piece about.
So you go to Sam's get more than that.
Yeah.
Well,
you can just about eat a meal if you just go and get all the samples of everything.
That's what they
You
say.
know, when they had that grand opening at Bruno's, they was giving wine samples, every kind of stuff.
Yes, I'm coming. I'm taking pictures.
this is just, it's.
Well, isn't this a beautiful living room?
Yeah.
Look at that. The ceiling needs to be fixed. Oh my goodness.
The bedroom.
And a bedroom. Wow, that's beautiful. And look at the furniture. Beautiful furniture.
It's kitchen.
Okay, we go into the kitchen. Oh, it's got a stove and everything. And it even got a sink. And look at the trap door up here where you can crawl up in the attic.
And it's got a little china cabinet right here.
Boy,
Look.
hoping it'll fall through the floor.
This here is a porch. And this is,
Porch.
I guess,
No, that's
shed or something.
That's the junk room.
There's the well. Here's the
Oh,
whole
it's
well.
got a well. Is that the well?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'll be darned. Can't beat this. I think I'll buy it. How
Let's
much
go
they
to the
want?
next. Let's go to the next house.
This is Julie's play toy. She likes to play up and down the hills here in Alabama.
I think he's studying to be a doctor or a lawyer. I don't know.
He comes out here, huh?
He
and
comes out here with all his college friends.
spends the weekends.
Yeah.
And
He's
what do
probably in his 20s.
what do they think about you being out here going through there?
He
Place.
said it's fine. He said
Who said that?
he told Mitch that he can come on, he can hunt or go on his land anytime he wants. He doesn't mind.
Oh, built with a fireplace. There's a well, huh?
Look.
That's the crank. What do you crank up? The rope?
Yeah, he put a rope in a
Oh,
bucket.
yeah.
See, look,
Huh.
got water in it.
Yeah. That is the kitchen?
Yeah, I guess. You want to call it the kitchen?
Hey, is that where they... It probably is. That's metal. That's where they get their hay from. Yeah, this is the hay meadow behind Julie's house, is it?
Yeah.
How far back are we?
From our house for like, probably about a half mile to a mile.
Okay, Julie, this is...
Lean forward, Dad.
I'm leaning forward.
Isn't it beautiful out here, Dad?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's sure a rough ride, though, huh? Man, this is some ride. How come you take all the bumps?
Well, I can't help the bump. Just bump.
pretty steep hill, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Well, take it slow and easy. We're not in any hurry. Now come on.
We're fixing to go down it, Dad.
Julie, take it easy. See them poles?
I know. Yeah. See the creek?
I see a little creek down there, yeah. Let's take it easy.
I got the brake, Dad.
We're in no hurry.
I got the brake.
We got all day to look on those holes. I'm afraid you hit a hole.
Oh, all right. We'll stop here and let you rest a little bit before you.
Who is it?
That's Nathan. Who's with you?
Are they doing fishing?
Oh, yeah. Come on, Dad. Let's go down there.
I don't know who your friend Pat is, I guess.
What's the baby?
Huh?
Pat with the baby?
Oh, the one that had all the problems with the... Well, I thought they lived quite a ways from here.
What are y'all doing? Huh? Oh, I didn't know you were here, Jake. Where's Jonathan? Oh, Tyler. You did? What are you doing? Fishing?
They're taking a bath.
This is my dad. That's Nathan.
They're taking...
Nathan, Jonathan, that's Pat's boy.
Oh, that's Pat's boy?
And there's Tyler. Tyler's is Nathan's brother.
Oh, and they're taking a bath, huh? Huh?
Are you taking a bath?
Where's the soap at? You gotta have soap and a towel.
You got your shampoo?
In the what egg?
Huh?
You gotta have a what egg too.
He did?
Gotta have a what?
Huh. Are you wading in that water?
I got a picture of going up the hill.
There's a pond on the other side of this hill, Dad.
A pond? That's the one we went by, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna see it from the top of the hill. On your left is that old house that we went to first off. And the barn with the hay.
Yeah.
And there's the pond.
That's the old house.
Pond. The hay shack.
And there's the pond. This is where the sighting of the apparition of the Blessed Virgin Mary by the young lady from Medjugorje on Thanksgiving Day of 1988. This is the site where the lone pine tree is where it took place. Blessed Virgin Mary appeared at this pine tree. Many have visitors here since that day. You can see the path that's worn here in the meadow.
And it turned blocks in the field.
Yeah. Sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're approaching the tree. This is the tree and the grotto of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And the altar where the masses are said. It says, "The wind is my sign. I will come in the wind. When the wind blows, know that I am with you. You have learned that the cross represents Christ. It is a sign of him. It is the same for the crucifix you have in your home. For me, it is not the same. When it is cold, you come to church. You want to offer everything to God. I am then with you. I am with you in the wind. Do not be afraid." Message given by the Blessed Virgin Mary at Medjugorje February the 5th, 1984. When we were here the last time, this tree was loaded with mementos and whatever on the tree. People have left. There's very little here now.
Where can I get where I'll be out of your way?
Okay, go ahead.
This statue marks the spot where Our Lady appeared on Thanksgiving Day, November 24th, 1988. Our Lady gave the following message here on that day. Our Lady came and was very happy. She looked at everybody in the crowd. She blessed everyone. Margia recommended everyone present to Our Lady, and Our Lady prayed one Our Father and one Glory be. Our Lady's message: I invite you to live my messages. I am here to help you. I will intercede for you to God for all your intentions. Several hundreds of people were present. When she left, Our Lady said, "Go in peace."
Okay, the stations of the cross are the crosses you see here on the on the hill. There's one right down on the corner down here.
They go around in a circle.
And
through the field.
They're down around the trees there. The way of the cross. There used to be rosaries on the cross, hanging on the cross. People has taken them.
Yeah, I guess maybe they were blessed.
I can't believe they take them. Who put them on?
2 locks on it. 3 locks on it.
Here are some more of the stations of the cross. And as we go on around the meadow here and this little wooded area, you'll see more crosses. It was about 2.5 years ago that Virginia and I attended a mass here, and right during the consecration, it was a warm, hot day, and right during the consecration, there was a cool breeze from the south. It's like refrigerated air, and that is the way the winds. I see it now, Julie. It's a This is the tabernacle they're building here. Beautiful stone.
$450.
The angels, Teresa. She's a nice odd stuff. has all the Christmas stuff.
What's this, a book room back here?
Yeah. I'll show you.
We're up here where just behind Mitch's house, this old house, and there's a well. This is where Mitch killed a couple turkeys last night. He shot 2 toms. They were young, but they were nice. There's meadows on each side of this wooded area. This is the meadow behind the house. There's a little creek right down there, nice little stream running all the time. This is a lane going back out of here towards Mitch's house.
This is the porterhouse.
You sure of that?
Anytime they got a fillet in the middle, that's your filet mignon. That's what we call tenderloin on deer, but really that's your tenderloin on deer. The New York strip.
Where's your chef's hat? You gotta have a chef's hat or you're gonna be a chef.
Well, don't move your lips, buddy.
That turned out to be a pretty good barbecue pit there.
Yeah, that's a good fire. I like that fire. You know what you're doing. You had one block down though and left those up behind it. The wind wouldn't affect it.
Yeah, it was just a makeshift. I was gonna cook them on this, but you can't build about 5 steaks on it.
I've heard everyone tell how they want their steak except Pat here.
I know how Pat likes hers. She cooked it for me when I was a kid.
Is that right? When you was a kid.
I used to.
Well, she ain't as old as you are. Huh? She ain't as old as you are.
She's a year or 2 older, wasn't
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting the last picture of these guys, their last meal.
I hope not. Well, I haven't eaten yet. Maybe I ought to go.
Well, we're trying to get prepared for this meal, and
Try to get what?
Her daughter Julie is being chef here.
What's she doing? Anything?
That's just keeping busy. I'm keeping her busy.
we're sitting here talking.
Talking about me?
Yeah.
Talking about you.
That's what I
Talking
figured.
about you. How about if I get a picture of you?